So we are talking about Iman Gadzhi, and obviously we have taken that reference from his own video. And in this one, this motion graph was done something like this: that there was some text, like each clip was representing the journey basically of him. So like at this time, I'm assuming that, I don't know, at this time he had like this much money, and this time this much, and these are like 4 to 5. There is some background in the back, and we have these text, and text is pixelated. So this is where the inspiration came from. And now let's talk about how do we do that. My workspace might be different from you. Well, I have changed that, and you can do that too by coming to this workspace, full layout presets, fusion presets, and choosing mid flow. Yours might be set to default, something like this, okay? But I don't like that any much, so that's why I have changed it to this one. So this is viewer, where everything you view basically. This is your node graph, where all the nodes are, and this is your inspector, where each node's controls are. So for example, if I click on this glow, you can see how much glow we want to add, if you want to blend it, and all the stuff like this. You have that control over here. Now, how to view the nodes is pretty simple. Just take your node and drag it to the viewer. That way you will see it. And by default, you will have 2 viewers enabled, but we just want the one. We just want a single one. So I'll just click that. And you can enable disable nodes from here, clips from here, effects from here, media pool from here, and all the stuff like that. And you can fit the view by coming over here by fitting, or you can even click on the view and hit Ctrl+F so that it will be fit to view. All right. You have your playback settings over here, you have your timeline over here. Yeah, I think that's the basics. And your spline, keyframes, metadata, all the stuff over here. That is it. Now, I don't have that toolbar enabled. You might be having toolbar also enabled. You can uncheck that if you don't want by going to this fusion, and on the show toolbar, check that. You will have your toolbar, fusion, show toolbar unchecked. Don't have your toolbar. I'll be showing you some more methods how to affect mask, which usually people don't know. This whole is the node graph, by the way. Okay, these 2 nodes, as I told you, these were just for the reference, so we can move those away. My navigator is turned on. This is navigator. Okay, so we can navigate through it. And how it is turned on, you can right click on your node graph, go to options, and turn on auto navigator. I just unchecked the wrong one. I don't need auto navigator. I don't need show navigator, I just need auto navigator. So click on that. So what this auto navigator means, if I have all the nodes in here, it will go away, and if I don't have that, like all the nodes here, then it will pop up, which is really cool. Now again, my nodes will stick up to the grid. How's that? Right click, options, arrange tools, to grid, and auto arrange is turned on. That is it. If you want to do orthogonal pipes, you can do that by going to options, again choosing options, orthogonal pipes. You can see now it's looking something like this, which I don't like. It is really bad. I don't know why people even use it. This option should be removed. I don't like it at all. So I'll choose direct pipes, which is really better or nice. So first of all, we have that background. I have this background enabled, and in this background nothing is there. As you can see, the checker interlay is present. Whenever there is checker interlay, that means that part is alphaed out, which means that it is blank, transparent, nothing is there. Okay, and you can see over here also that my alpha is set to 0. Otherwise it would have been having some color. Why is that? Because in the merge, like on this background, on top of it, I have these 4 videos or images. Okay, as we have seen in that particular clip. So later what I'll do is I'll use a transform and make it look like a camera, that it is focusing from there to there, then there to there, then there to there. Okay, so it will be really simple. But first, I'm creating this full page composition, you can say. So I have this first image. You can even put a video also. That is not a big issue. So you can see its resolution. Then we have some transform going on, and with the help of merge, we are able to put that on top of our blank canvas. Now you understand I have this background over here because we needed some sort of canvas on which we are painting basically. You can understand it like this. Then on top of this, we have our footage. Then with the help of transform, I just scaled it down, I think. No, okay, so I don't need to actually scale it down because its resolution was already really low. But for example, if its resolution was maybe 4K, then it would cover the whole composition. Then with the help of transform, I could have scaled it down. Okay, and I have placed it with center X and Y values. Let me just reset that by undoing with Control and Z. All right, then doing the same thing with this one, another one. Okay, putting it over here, and now you can see its resolution a little bit higher. But then again with transform, what I did was I just scaled it down. I think no, I can't scale it down because their resolution is so low. That's why we don't need to scale it down. And then again with the help of merge, I'm merging it on top. Then again with the help of this merge, I'm merging the same way this one image and again this one. Then there is a drop shadow node, and as you can see, it's a little bit darker behind those. So drop shadow is working pretty hard. That is really nice. You can increase the shadow strength, drop angle, drop distance, and blur, all of those kind of stuff if you want to do that. So first, let me just tell you about the text. So let me just zoom in it. We have this text, and by the way, those like these border-like structures and colorful structures are underlays. So what does this underlay do? It is a type of a group node, you can say. Whereas the group node, what the group node does is basically like if I do XF, put it here, RCT, put it here. So if I just click both of these and hit Control G, this will create a group node. Now it's all condensed in this single node, and we can connect it. Okay, as you can see now, if I'll double click on it, then I can see that which kinds of nodes are present in here. I'll just delete this node. So instead of condensing it, what it's doing is it's basically putting a label on it that okay, these all nodes are these canvas nodes. Okay, these are nodes are all text nodes. So like that, and you can even move those together if you want to. So all kind of stuff. So basically these are underlays, and you can put an underlay. If I select all of these nodes, first select all of your nodes, Shift plus space bar. Now your select tool pop-up will pop up obviously. Then you can type UND for underlay, enter, and boom, you have underlay. With F2 you can rename anything. Once you rename that, right click on it, set color to whatever you like, apricot yellow, whatever it is. Let me just remove that because I don't need any underlay. Now let's talk about the text. And by the way, using the benefit of underlay is, if suppose that you have much bigger node graph than this, and you usually does, so come over here in this menu, click on it, and boom, you have all your underlays. So it will be easier. I just need to click on this text, and boom, it's filled up my view also, and I have all the nodes. Now this level 1, what these are all the text basically, and these 3 text are the instance text from it. So let me just show this to you. So in this level 1, you can see we have this really small $100 written over here, and with the help of again inspector, it has its control. I just decreased its size and placed it where I want to, and with the help of shading I was able to change its color. That is it. Like that is it what I did over here. Then I copied it with Control C and then pasted it. Instead of clicking Control V, okay, which is a different node in its own, what I did was I hit Control Shift and V. Now you see this green very thin line. This indicates that it is an instance node of this level 1, and it even says that instance level 1. And now you see that to make it work, what you need to do is you need to right click. For example, if I want to change its size, right click on size, click on this D instance. Now this particular setting is D instance. Now I can do all of that kind of stuff. Okay, so as you can see now, if I just view this simple merge, so I have all these text beneath these videos. Okay, so I have this text, then this one, then this one, then this one, and yeah, only 4 because we only have 4 images or clips, you wanna say. Then again with the help of merge, I was able to merge them. As you guys saw over here, with the help of merge, we did all of that kind of stuff. Then what I did was I displaced it a bit. So if I really zoom it in, and if I click on this place, now you see it's displayed. And if I play, oh, it's animatable. That's all because of this fast noise. It's animating because of this fast noise. After the displays, what I did was I added a glow, which I added this glow obviously. Then with the drop shadow, I was able to add some shadow. So once we have that enabled, the next thing which I had to connect those obviously. So how do we do that? That is possible through polygon mask. So we have this background over here, this white plain background. If I just disable this polygon for a moment, so we have this white plain background. As simple as that, right? Then I added a polygon mask on it, and I manually, like you can click append and do all sort of this kind of stuff in here, and if I enable this polygon, so these are the settings of it, and this polygon's length value is animated. As you can see, it is keyframed basically. So it's working something like this, which is looking really great. And then again, I added a glow to it, and again with the help of merge, I was able to merge it. I took this whole text effect and put it as a mask to this merge, and this merge was containing all of this. So what it did was basically it cut that part out where text was written, and then we got a really good effect. That is it. That's pretty much it. And then again with the help of this merge, I was able to add our text on top. Very simple, right? Then let's talk about the background. Background is very simple. Again, having a plain black background. Then we have some fast noise on top of it, again with the help of merge. Whenever you have to put something on top, you just need to use merge. And then added some glow on top of it. Can you imagine using glow on fast noise? Who does that? I does that. Then adding some lens blur, and then again merging it on top of this merge. So yeah, we have some background, but this time it's a little bit different. All of this time we were merging it like the top flow was its background and the sideways was its foreground. But this time it's different. The top one was its foreground and this one was its background, which we need to do because we are making background. So it's like this, and on top of this we have all of these like text, stroke, and all the images or videos. Okay, then lastly I added one more text which says journey, added a glow, merge it again, and it looks something like this. Maybe we can add a drop shadow also. So drop shadow, yeah, it didn't work out that way, but it's fine. It will do the work. Then again, now comes the serious part, where like these are the OFX. So let me just bring all of these here. So these are the OFX, prism blur and radial blur, all kind of blur. And this transform is where that camera is working. Basically you can say 2D camera. So it's not a camera actually, it's just I'm playing with the size values of this transform. Yep, you wanna see it? It looks something like this. Yes, pretty much like this. So what I did was I increased the size of it and then played with the center values, center X and Y values. Yep, that is pretty much it. And as it goes forward and forward and forward, it moves with it, and lastly it just zooms out back and shows the whole composition. And yeah, that is how I was able to achieve that effect. And I added prism blur after that, radial blur, lens blur, and also added a rectangular mask on this lens blur. And lastly we had this kind of effect. It's a little bit slow in my timeline right now because it's a 4K clip, and with all of these effects it's making it a little bit slower. And now you know why I have this rectangle mask, because if I didn't have that enabled, then it would all be blurred, which you don't want. And I have that soft edge, and I also inverted that, so you can see, and it is also animated by the way. So till here it's blurred. Now its width property will increase and it will not blur anything. So yeah, again mimicking the camera sort of effect, if you wish to say that. Yeah, I don't know. Then maybe we can add it to the radial blur also. Let's see what it does. So yeah, it is fine, but not in a way which we thought. Maybe this much, but then again it's a lot, we don't need that much. So this is how I was able to do all this kind of stuff. Okay, now let's make it from scratch. So what we did here, we added a plain composition. How do we do that? Shift plus spacebar, and this will have your select tool pop up. Now type here BG simply for background, hit enter. Now you have your background node and you have all the settings over here. Just click and drag it to the viewer, and it is black right now, but we don't need any color on that. We just need a plain canvas. So for that I'll just simply take this alpha, make it to 0, boom, it's empty. You can even see checker underlay. This is called checker underlay, by the way, and you can disable that by coming onto this menu and unchecking this thing. But we need that. That's how we will be knowing that this is transparent. Now what do we do next? I have all the 4 images with me. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just copy all these images. Control C to copy, then Control V to paste. See, these are the 4 images. First, second, third. I hope that I arranged that in a good manner, like he was at his youngest here, then this, and at his oldest here. I don't know, I just did that. Then connect this to this to this. Now what this is doing is basically, if I connect any output to another output, and if it's mergeable, then it will automatically add a merge node. This is the crazy thing about Davinci Resolve. Okay, there are many crazy things about Davinci Resolve, but this is one of those. Then again, connect the merge output to this output, and boom, we are done. Control C to copy this merge, Control V to paste this merge. Take this and add it to the background input. This yellow one is the background input, and the green one is the foreground input. So what we need to do now, we need to take this and put it onto this background. All right, and we need one more merge, and yeah, we have it here. And then hold shift, and when you see this pipeline, release that. That is it. And now come on this merge, hit Control T, because you need to swap the inputs. Again come here and Control T to swap the inputs. Now we have the same yellow on top. Maybe we don't need this one. Yellow on top and green on sideways, okay, which depicts that this is the plane composition, and on top of it we have this, on top of it we have this, on top of it we have this, and on top of it we have this. Now let me just add quickly one transform node after all of these. So click on this, shift plus space bar, and type XF, which is short form from transform. This is one more thing that you got to know. Hit it. With this transform, what you can do is our image comes out because it was behind it. As I told you, it is now these images are on top of everything. So put it maybe something somewhere around. I'll hit Control F to fit it to view. You can animate it X and Y properties from here, inspector, and you can do that here also on the viewer itself. Change its angle properties here, size here, so all of that stuff. Something like this will work, I think. So I'll put it somewhere around here. Then again, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, Control V to paste, Control V to paste. So we have these 3 different transforms over here. So I'll take this, again hold shift to put it in pipeline, and when you see the color change, release that. You have it over here. So this is here, which we don't want. So I'll put it maybe somewhere around here. Then again hold shift, put it over here, and the third image. And if I click on this transform, you need to see, drag and view the merge, not the transform. I'll put it somewhere around here, and I'll scale that down. That is too much, I don't need that much. So maybe somewhere around here. Okay, so what I'm thinking is basically the stroke will come like that, go there, and then again up. So something like that. And lastly we have this one, put it over here. Yep. And take this merge tool and drag it to the viewer. So put it over here, and this is really low in resolution, so maybe make it to 2 and put it somewhere around here. And now we have all these images. You can even put videos also here, okay, and then transform it with the help of transform. It is really simple if you understand the basics. Then after this, what you need to do is, we are done with this. Yeah, we are simply done with this. So hit UND, select all of these, hit shift plus space bar, and click UND, hit enter, and add. It will automatically add this underlay. F2 to rename it. What is this? This is our clips, guys. Hit enter. Now right click, set color, change its color to maybe something like teal. I think this is fine. Alright, change the transforms color to maybe orange, set color. I have explained all of these in my previous videos, guys, so please regularly follow, so that I don't have to repeat all of those things, and you don't have to listen all of these things again and again if you have seen those. Some of you say that the tutorial is advanced, some of you say that the tutorial is very basic, so I'm a little bit confused. We have all the clips, canvas, we added this drop shadow. So yeah, come on to this merge tool, hit shift plus space bar, and type drop shadow. This will automatically add a drop shadow. You can even change the size of this underlay, and click and drag this drop shadow, so you can see now it's a little bit darkened. and this way you know that it has already added a drop shadow. Nice. Now it's time to add the text. So how do we add text? Simply come here and hit Shift spacebar and type here text plus. We don't want to add text 3D. We are not into 3D yet, so add it. Oh, why is my timeline on? And now we have this text. So I'll type 1, haha, and type here dollar and 100. Let's merge this again. How do we merge these two nodes? You can either add a merge and then manually do that, or you can just take its output and drag it to this output. Okay, now you can see, because we have this hierarchy, it's automatically added this as a background, which is really nice. And we need to do that only, that this is the background and we need to add the text on top of it. So if I view this merge, well, it is here. So maybe we can change its position. You can do that by clicking onto this square. If you just click on this upwards arrow, it will be moving vertically, and same way the horizontally. But if you click on the square, now you can move it anyways ways you want to. Reduce the size to 0.04, maybe not 4 is too much, maybe 5, I think. Yeah, that is looking great. Change its font and do all sort of stuff. So maybe making it something like maybe Rockwell extra bold. I don't know, I just choose that. Then copy this one, paste it again, merge this, sorry, not like that. Again, take its output and join to the merge output. It will automatically merge it. Alright, or what you can do is just delete all of it, select this, copy, paste, that will do the same. Now take this merge and join it over here. Alright, now you have this text. I need to change it to, maybe I'll change it to $1,000. I think 1,000 looks good. Or maybe 10,000. I'm a little bit confused, man. But yeah, whatever. Now we can drag this merge and drag it to the viewer. Now we have over here, you can see it's overlapped. Take it, put it somewhere around here, and keep in mind that you'll be adding that thread. So yeah, put it somewhere there that the thread can attach easily. Again, copy with Ctrl+C, paste, one more time, paste. Yep, join this to this yellow output, join this to this yellow output, drag it to the viewer, the latest one. Select this one, bring it over here, select this one, bring it over here, and in this one type 100,000. So he was having $100, then $1,000, 100,000, 1 million. So I remove all of these, type 1M basically. That is looking super good. One thing which we did wrong is we don't need to just connect it directly. So hold shift to remove the or disconnect the link. So delete this merge. I'll just put it over here on top of this. Yeah, now let's connect this merge to this drop shadow, which will add a merge. Boom, now it's done. So why did I do that? Because now I wanted to add a glow specifically onto this text only. If I add a glow after this merge, it will add a glow to all of this, which we don't want. So shift plus spacebar after this merge, type glow, soft glow. Yep, and it made it look really worse, which we wanted. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. No, I'm kidding. So in soft glow, reduce it to something like 0.2. In glow, blend it to point this much. Reduce the glow value also. Glow properties, maybe no, don't do that. It's looking great, I think. Yeah. And now we are done with the text. Come here, shift plus spacebar, UND, underlay, F2 to rename it. Type text. Woohoo! Awesome. Text is orange. I like it. Set color to D. Bring this down. Then next, what did we do? We have some displacement. Yeah. Okay, adding a displacement. After this, no, actually, before this glow. So before this glow, in between here, I added this place. So put this onto the background of it and put this onto the background of this one. And in this display's foreground, type here shift plus spacebar again and type fast noise, FN. Not the fast noise texture, guys. Again fast noise. Oh, what did this do? Delete it. Put this over here on this displays. In this displays, first of all, we don't want, there are two types, radial and XY. We want it to XY and what I want is this x refractions value should copy y refractions value. So how do we do that? Well, there is a thing in Davinci Resolve. Whenever you type is equals to in any value, so for example, double click on it and type is equals to sign and hit enter. Oh man, what does that happen? I can't change my slider now. Well, that is because it's added an expression. You can type anything here, but just not that, obviously. So what I'll do is either you can type it manually or you can click and hold and drag this plus icon and it will view this pipe basically and join it to, or maybe put it on top of y refraction. So y refraction is written over here. What does that do? Well, change the slider and then you will see yourself. It's changing its properties. So it's copying y refraction, which is really, really smooth. So this expression is telling that whatever the y refraction's value is, put your value likewise. Alright. So what I'll do is in fast noise, I'll come over here and see it. Oh, it's really, really big first of all. So we need to scale it up. Maybe something like 100. Whoa, that is really small, but that is how I want because our text is really, really small too. Then increase the detail to 10 and maybe increase some seed rate so that it is animatable, because without seed rate it doesn't do anything, and with seed rate, yep, it's animatable. And then with the help of displays, if I zoom it in, then with the help of discontinuous, it will be a little bit more interesting. Really small thing, but small things add up, right? Then with the help of this merge, we are able to add this on top. Alright, now let's add that thread like a polyline basically with the help of polygon, as I told you. So we have this polygon, background and glow. Quickly just add it. So come here, shift plus spacebar, type here BG, another BG, it will be white. Whichever color you like, you can change it over here. Connect this background to this merge output. This will automatically add a merge. Put it over here. Whoa, I can't see anything. I'm blind. So for that, you have to go to hospital. Sorry. So for that, click on this background, shift plus spacebar and type polygon. That didn't do anything. That didn't help us in any way. Well, it will help us. First of all, uncheck solid, increase border width just a tad bit. Now if you will draw, you can see you have this line. Control Z to undo all of that. Now put this one here, put one here, put one in between that, put one in between that. That is it. Now click on this icon, select all of it, hit shift plus S. This will smooth it out. Alright, and hold control for manual selection or whatever it is called. I don't know guys, sorry. Yeah, hold control for this. Something like this. By default it's looking really nice. We don't want to change anything in it. Yeah, maybe bring this one over here just a tad bit, and this one over here just a tad bit. A little bit like this, you know. Yeah, this is nice. But there's one problem. This is on top of it and we don't want that. Select all of it, hold shift, put it over here. And now view this merge. This is below it, but now we can see that. That is why we connected this input, like this whole text input, as a mask to this merge. Now you understand. So I can select all of it, bring it above, and add a drop shadow. Yeah, I hope that it is looking really nice. Now connect this drop shadow input into this blue input. This blue input is the mask. So what this will do is it will mask this out. See, this is before, this is after. Now what this mask is doing is basically wherever the text is, it is showing that part. We don't want that. We wanted to show the part wherever that text is not present. So how do we do that? We come to this merge, and in this merge, in settings, you use apply mask inverted. That will do the effect for you, and now you can see wherever the text is, it has cut the part out. So now come to this viewer, click, hit Ctrl F to fit it to view, and now you can see the effect will work. If I see this merge by clicking and dragging to the viewer, so it's not working, it's just there, you can see, but we need to animate that. How do we do that? How do we animate that? So there's a property in here in Polygon which is called as length. If you reduce it, whoa, it's working in a way which we thought it would work. And I just need to set its cap to this flat, because then we'll not be able to see that, otherwise we would see. Okay, so on the first frame we need to put a keyframe on this length, which will be 0. Then maybe a few frames ahead, wait, there's a keyframe over here. Yeah, by the way, we don't need this one, so please remove that. This will create a lot of problems. So come on this polygon and come to 40th keyframe now, and increase the length to something like this in between. Okay, now come to 80th frame and again add a keyframe at the same place so that it will stay for a moment, but we don't need to make it stay that much. This much will be fine. And then come 40 frames ahead, so 10, 20, 30, 40 on 100 keyframe. Increase the length something like this in between. Again wait for 20 frames, add a keyframe so that it will stay for a moment. Then again 40 frames ahead, bring it to the last one, and that is it. Now if you want to see that, so come to the first frame, play that. And right now, as you can see, because its animation property is set to linear, and what is linear and smooth and all that kind of stuff, I have again explained all of these in my previous videos, so please go check those out, videos that have bunch of abundance of knowledge, and that is really great. Because these are set to linear right now, so it will move in a certain accurate speed, but we don't want that. We need some easing in and easing out. So how do you do that? Come to this polygon, right click. First of all, the border width is too much, I don't need that much, so I'll come to this polygon and maybe reduce the border width to something like 22. Works fine. Yeah, this is nice. A thin is better, maybe to 5, not that much. It should be hybrid, between somewhere around. Let's do one thing, let's set a background too. So after this merge, shift plus space bar, type BG. This will automatically create a merge node, and let's view this background now. And now what this is doing is that on top of all of these nodes, this black background is there, but we need to change the inputs. And how do we change the inputs? By clicking Ctrl T, and now it's swapped. That is what we wanted, right? And after this background, we need to add a fast noise, so FN automatically has a merge node. And now in here, I'll go to noise, hit Ctrl F to fit a view first of all, then detail to 10, scale to 100. I think that much detail is not that good. Then discontinuous, then inverted. Maybe I can delete this one. Yeah, I think this is fine. And yeah, obviously the seed rate, because without that it's nothing. And maybe this much is fine. Hit OK. After this merge, type glow, and maybe not that much, that is too much scaled out. I think 50 is fine. Maybe it should be more dark. Yeah, something like this. I think this is looking fine. Alright, now we also have the background done. So first of all, I can come here and type UND underlay and F2 to rename it to red. Alright, right click, set color to something like yellow. And in here, I can select all of these. UND. No, I'll not change its name, because anyways you guys are not gonna see that. I'm just kidding. So we have this background, we have this thread. So now let's check out spline editor, because right now it's moving at a very slow speed, which we don't want. Click on this polygon, right click and choose edit splines. Where is edit splines? Here it is. And boom, it will automatically select all the keyframes. By the way, just uncheck this rectangle. Okay, we don't want that. We just need to change the values of polygon 2. Now hit zoom to fit is that keyframe. Select all of it by Ctrl A and hit shift plus S to smooth all these out. But again, we need to make them flat, so hit F to flat those out. So yeah, you were following, right? And now I'll just make it up like this. So select all those which are above like this. So this one, yeah, that is it. And hit T. You see now it has brought this little 2 tools over here, which is ease in and ease out. So how do you play with these? So basically we need to add some easing values in it. Okay, so increase this ease in to something like 90. Now select the down ones, this one, and this one. By the way, I'm holding control to select all of these together, this one and this one. Now play with the ease out. Yeah, that is it. And now if you will see, so it will look something like this. Zip and stay for a moment, and then zip and then stay for a moment, and then zip. Yeah, that is looking super cool. Maybe we can reduce that is too much. I don't need that much. Maybe 50 is fine. Yeah, let's play and see that again. Yeah, that is fine. So that is how you add some easing to your animations. See, Fusion is really powerful. You have so many things in it: splinator, keyframes, inspector. You can even see the spreadsheet in it, and like you can do a hell lot of things in it. You can even create your own controls. Yeah, right, like edit controls. You can even do all sort of stuff in here. It's just you and your creativity. That's it. That's what I want to say lastly. Okay, and we are done with the background, the threads, the text, the clips. What is left? Camera motion. All right. Just a text, a glow, and this is your homework, and then a drop shadow. Okay, you have to do it yourself. I'll just copy it right now over here. I'll just copy it. This is your homework. You have to do it by your own. All right, then only you will learn. Just kidding. After this merge, now we need to add that camera kind of motion. So how do we do that? That is pretty simple, by the way. Come to the 0 frame again, add a keyframe on its size and set the values. Now increase the size of it. Oh, sorry, I was not having this enabled, so enable it. You can click on these two circles also. If you will hit 1, then it will be enabled on one viewer. If you hit again, then it will be not enabled and also on the second viewer. So right now we are viewing second viewer, so hit 2 on your keyboard and this will be enabled. And you can do the dragging also, but I like the dragging. That looks great. Increase the size to maybe 2. That is what we did here, I think. Yeah, all right, so 2, and then bring it above, bring it over here, something like this should work. Now go 40 frames ahead, and after 40 frames it should be in between like that. So something like that. Wait, add keyframes, 60. Oh yeah, add keyframes. Then on 100th we need to change it again. Bring it over here in the middle. I think this is looking fine. Then bring it like on 120 keyframe. Again add some keyframes. By the way, we just need to change the size value 2 times. I'll show you. Then after 40 frames on 160, again bring it over here. That is pretty much it. Now after 20 frames or maybe 30 frames, first of all let me just add keyframe to the size. I remember I didn't add that. Yeah, on 190 now make it 1, and also this 2.5.5. Yep, something like that. And now this should be animated. Let's see that. Again, this transform is also right now set to linear, which we don't want. So again, click on this transform, right click, edit splines. Now we have transform and the polygon too, but we don't need the polygon, we just need the transform. So just check this transform, and any other things should not be checked. Again, zoom to fit, bring it a little bit above. Let me just reduce it, remove its size property for just for now, and select all of these. These are the same like our polygon, right? Select all of these. How? With Control A. Make them smooth. How? With Shift S. And then right now they're not flat, we need to make them flat, so hit F. Now these will be flat. And again we need to do some easing. That's why we are here, right? So select this one with Control, select this one, this one, this one, and do some easing in, something like 80. I think that will work. Select this one with again Control selected, this one and this one. So I'm easing out this one. This much is fine, I think. Let me remove this splinator, make it big, Control F, double click on this viewer so that you don't see it, Control left arrow. Now let's see from the beginning. Yup, that is how it is working, and I'm liking it. See, isn't that easy? Like, wasn't that easy? That was really easy, right? And now lastly, oh, okay. Now one thing which you missed here was, let me first come here and hit Shift S and do some easing in. First of all, this was 80, right? Wait, it's working properly, right? Yeah. And then like this. Okay, so why this kind of shifting is happening is because we don't have this enabled on the size as well. How do you do that? Now uncheck the center. I forgot about size, seriously. Now let's click on the size, zoom to fit. We just need these two. Select these two, zoom to fit. Oh, naughty. Then click on this. Again, we just need these two last frames. These are all the keyframes, if you notice. Okay, like we added a keyframe on the 60th frame, the 40th frame, 120th, and all of these. I'll select these two, hit Shift plus S to make them smooth. Again, F to flatten them, and now do some easing in and easing out. So maybe easing into something. Sorry, we just need to select this and do some easing into maybe something like this, and then select this one, do some easing out to like this one. Let's see. Looking super cool. I'll be really honest with you guys, it's looking really good. See, now it will work properly. Now we don't have that kind of shift which we were having earlier. And guys, this is just the basics. I have just told you the fundamentals. You can make it really modern, do all sort of stuff, crazy stuff, you know. And let's do one more thing. Let me just come here on this polygon inspector. I'll just make it, I'm holding Shift, by the way, to lock it on this axis. So I'll put it over here, yeah, so that it's closed little bit. And same way over here, select this, holding Shift, put it over here, so that, yeah, that is fine. And what else do we have here? I think, yeah, other effects, special effects, OFX. So we have these over here: prism blur, radial blur, and lens blur. Alright, so after this transform, I'll add a prism blur like that. I'll reduce the blur strength to 0, aberration strength to 1, and aberration distance, let me just view that, yeah, aberration distance to maybe 0.01. That is looking super cool. After this, we need to add radial blur, lens blur, yeah, something like that. Now let's view that. Too much, right? Too much. That is too much. We don't need this much. So we need to animate these. How do we do that? Again, add a rectangle, RCT, mask over here. Now in this mask, what you need to do is basically, let me just increase its height. You can again change its height and width properties all within the viewer. So this is its height. You can see over here also its height is changing, so something like this, maybe increasing its soft edge. So let me see. Yeah, this one is fine. And invert it. Now connect this rectangle to radial blur and also to lens blur. Now you see, this is what I was talking about. But again, still the blur is too much. We don't need that much. So to this radial blur, what we can do is we can reduce its strength to maybe 0.2. So on the lens blur, I'll just change its power to something like somewhere where this doesn't happen. So around this much, I think. Maybe again 2.5 is fine. Yeah. Or just 2, not 2.5. I think 2 is better. Yup, that is it. And then lastly, after this lens blur, add a media out node, which is MO for the short form of it. And keep in mind that you need to change its index value to 0. That is very important, otherwise it will not show in the edit page. So change this index to 0, then only it will show. And this way you will have your animation ready, something like this. Comes up, wait, then again goes forward, then wait for a moment, then again goes forward, and lastly wait, and then zooms back. And this was the journey. So yeah, that's pretty much it. There's only, oh no, there's one thing left. Lastly, in the rectangle, when it's zooming out, so what we need to do is basically, let me just go to transform where the last keyframe is. So it's on 160, right? So on this rectangle, add a keyframe on its width, and after few frames on 180, increase its width to 1. Okay, so this way, if I play it back, the blur will just go off, so it will act as a real camera. So this way all the blur is gone and just the prism blur's aberration is there. Okay, so we just have one video left in the series and we are done with the 2 videos already. I hope that you're understanding some so, and if you don't, then comment down below. Obviously it's free, and don't forget to like this one because you learned a lot from this video. And lastly, the link for this file is provided in the description below, so don't forget to click on that link. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, see you. Peace out.